衣装結構買ったな。
Simply the best garments on the island.
You'll never find such... Sorry, I have nothing to offer you at present. Tired of your garden view? Sorry, I have nothing.
ここの売り物は全部買ったから他の場所副商人新聞売り東洋の家具商こう行ってみるか。
Don't miss out on my unique
あー
clothes.
家具商
Don't miss out on the best. I'm afraid I have nothing to offer. Except
ここも買った。ここ行ってみるか。
my company.
Don't miss out on my unique clothes.
All fresh issues are sold out.
新刊は売り切れた。ここは洋服屋だもんな。じゃあこれとこれはいいか。じゃあこれ行ってみるか。これ固定してでホームズの家戻ればいいんでしょ。ホームズの家ってどこだったっけ。ここだったっけ。
You know, I envy you, Sherry. You can talk to other people and they won't ignore you.
And I envy you. You can ignore any person you're bored with.
多分ここ
You
だ
don't
な。
miss out on much. Most men are dull, unlike yourself.
Well, I'm flattered.
Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it. Another one. There must be something important behind it. I can feel it.
なんかある。
I had a surprise for my mother. I was holding an ancient Greek vase, or rather, quite a big piece of it. You had a shovel with you, John. I remember now. We dug up the vase from Greek ruins here on Cordona, and were eager to show my mother right away.
Okay. 他になんかあるか。
For some reason, the door was closed. We knocked.
But nobody answered. We thought that she was busy.
So we left the vase and ran downstairs.
だから壺を置いて階段を降りていった。
I decided to gather some archaeological tools in order to take a closer look at the vase.
But then we heard something, didn't we?
Yes. It came from upstairs.
上の階からだった。
The vase was broken, shards scattered all over the floor, and your mother was standing at the door.
Indeed, John. I doubt it was her. Let me concentrate. Otto Richter was standing there, furious at us. Dr. Richter told us never to disturb my mother when the door is closed. He said she had broken the vase.
But we didn't believe him. I bet he smashed it.
あ、扉が開いた。
Their things are still here. Presumably Mycroft never felt the need to sort through it all.
Or couldn't bring himself to.
No. He would have put it behind him and moved on. My brother is not one for sentimentality.
ここでもなんか探すのか。
This room always reeked with an acrid medicinal stench. And here is the reason. It reminds me of my mother. Looks like it was damaged by a blunt object. This picture was drawn by my mother. I recognize her hand. There's a date on it, 8th of December, 1868. This seems a bit odd. I can recognize my mother's style, but it's far too sloppy. Dated 12th of February, 1869. It's difficult to tell what this is meant to represent. There's no date at all. Straps on the bed. Just doesn't look right.
何かおかしいね。え、なんか入ってる。
No labels. I doubt it ever had one. No label.
Do
you think the doctor could have used these tools here? I hope not.
There appear to be residues of the bottle's contents at the bottom.
なんかアイテム揃った。これ化学分析してるとか。スケープ。キノコから作られた幻覚剤。
It's a strange feeling to read about my father's death in the newspaper. I can't recall anything except the deep feeling of loss.
You were too young. It happened before we even met. It's so sad. I'm sorry.
Seems this was the most frequently used medication. One dram dissolved in a glass of water administered daily. Not to exceed one dose in 24 hours, not to be given to children. Oh, it brings back some memories.
Oh, I would love to take a bath right now.
Not this one. Surface corrosion suggests it was prone to extreme temperature fluctuations. For medical purposes, I suppose.
No. どれだ
The broken plate shards were all over the floor. Mycroft had to change his suit as the one he was wearing was completely stained. Mother was troubled that morning. Something we did upset her. Dr. Richter tried to calm her down. We had to put the tray with Mother's morning tea down, but why? It's starting to ring a bell. I think it happened in the morning.
Ah, ゆりさんお帰りなさい。ただいまです。お帰りなさい。どっか枠回りとか抜けてたのかな。お帰りなさい。またこのパートか。あ、本読んでました。あれ、ゆりさんってそのゆりさんか。本が好きなゆりさんだったっけ。あ、本好きなゆりです。それで思い出したわ。確か1ヶ月に何十冊読んでるみたいな話前にした記憶がある。そのゆりさんだったか。ホームスイートホームとかの時に来てくれただったっけな。図書館で借りた絵本を読んでました。なるほど。そのゆりさんだったか。もうアイコンが全然違うからイメージがわからなかったわ。あ、ともきちいらっしゃい。やっほーい、こんばんは。どうも。お茶爆店ありがとう。ね。珍しくお団子ポイント500。いやー、めでたいね。年末だから。年末だからかな。何をどうすればいいんだ。2箇所そうね、年末だからかな。もうね、あと2時間もしないうちに年変わっちゃうよ。小説も79冊あります。やべえ。もう家の中が図書館じゃん。皿割っちゃったのと殴られた。ちょっと待って、こっちはそう、指パッチンでね、場面を変えられるんだよね。正しい過去みたいな。こうなって、ここはここでいいんじゃない。
I don't believe you! Liars! Get away from me! It's not true! It's not real!
What? Oh.
Everything will be okay, Sherry. I promise.
It was the morning of the 9th of April, the day my mother died.
4月9日の朝。4月9日の始まりは悪いものだった。母さんは不安を訴え神経質になっていた。母さんは食べ物を放り投げて医者を罵倒し、彼を嘘つき呼ばわりしていた。ジョンと僕はお母さんに朝の紅茶を運んだが、母さんの叫ぶ声を聞いて僕は怖くなった。僕はベッドの近くに隠れ、ことが収まるのを待つことしかできなかった。ありがたいことにジョンが僕を守ってくれたので落ち着くことができた。指パッチンで読みたい本がポンと出てきたらいいのにってふと思いました便利だね、それだったら。パチン、これ読みたいなー。俺指パッチンうまくできないんだけど。これ読みたいなー。ボンみたいなね。もうドラえもんの道具並みに便利な能力だよね、それ。
My mother, she was not just ill, but bad. God have mercy.
I'm sorry. That explains why you locked the memory away.
There must be more, John. That was the morning of her death. I need to know what happened.
Every time you... I just don't... Please, Sherry, leave it be.
Just breathe, John. You know that I cannot leave the last stone unturned. We are so close.
I know. But can we at least leave it for another day?
操作を続けよう。
It cannot wait. Let us find another door and finally learn the truth.
That's pointless, Sherry. To date, you have had no control over the return of these memories. It is all triggered by your work elsewhere on Cordona. You must accept that this will have to wait. Are you all right?
大丈夫だ。
In the end, little has changed. My mother was still unwell, just not with tuberculosis. What I do not yet understand is why Mycroft lied about it. There are precious few pieces of this puzzle remaining, John. Let us dawdle here no longer.
Indeed. Wait. Did you hear that?
Yes. Metallic salts. What is this sailor doing here?
誰か来た？昨日本屋さんに行ってきました。おお。新しい本を買ってきたのかな？図書館とは別に本屋さんによっていろんな本を買ったのかしら。で、謎が増えて、誰かが屋敷の扉を叩いているが客が来るとは聞いていない。少ないですけど11冊買いました。いや、多い多い。まあ、本好きのゆりさんからしたら少ない方だと思うけど、本を読まない一般の俺からしたら11冊って多い方だよ。1、2冊で少ない方で、10冊超えたらもう多い方よ。わらわらって。11冊で少ないっていう感覚がすげえな。誰かが屋敷に来た？誰だ？誰？あんた誰？こんにちは。
With whom do I have the pleasure of speaking?
You can call me your new game. The rules are simple. I have something for you, but you alone must work out what that is.
And that something is my prize, I suppose.
You're a fast learner, sir.
Now. またあれか？カップラーメンかなんか作ってんのか？観察する。おでこに傷。髪についたピンク色の塗料。最近絵を描いた。胸元。古くみつぼらし。肉体労働の痕跡がない。四角い形のものを隠している。
I cannot believe that Mr. Vogel has somehow successfully called my attention to his gallery. You're here with an invitation to visit it, obviously.
My word, you are fast, Mr. Holmes. Could you explain how you came to that conclusion?
Of course. Explanations are my favorite part of any conversation. Hands without any sign of regular physical activity in contradiction to one who would most usually wear such a uniform. The paint in your hair is pink. I don't know of any military service that paints their ships pink unless they have launched a new fashionable fleet. A sailor with the soul of an artist? I would suggest rather a gallery employee disguised as a sailor to mislead me. How many artists on the island know where I live and of my passion for deduction? Werner Vogel is clearly at the top of the list. And you've been attempting to conceal something square-shaped within your pocket. An invitation, I suppose. An invitation to Mr. Vogel's gallery.
That was remarkable, Mr. Holmes. Mr. Vogel was right about your genius. I think he may have even underestimated you. This is your invitation. Please tell Mr. Vogel that the seed has been planted. He asked me to tell you to do so, if you win this little game. Farewell.
シャーロック・ホームズ君へ、もう気づいているのは間違いないだろうが、君には私の作品展を見に来てもらいたい。美しい作品を満喫してもらうためではなく、君の頭脳が必要なのだ。美術館があるのは旧市街地のバザー街道とヘルメスアベニューの交差点にあるところだ。お待ちしている。新たな事件、女神は違法人。ハニーレモンソーダっていう小説も買いました？でもなんか聞いたことあるな。ハニーレモンソーダってなんだっけ？ハニーレモンソーダ飲み物じゃないよね。そういう小説だもんね。小説でハニーレモンソーダって聞いたことある。で、これが映画になったものか。原作が小説でそれを映画化したってことか。だから聞いたことあるのか。ハニーレモンソーダって。実写映画化された作品か。場所が旧市街地のバザー街道とヘルメスアベニュー。バザー街道ってどこだっけ？バザー街道、ヘルメスアベニュー。バザー街道がここだから、ヘルメスアベニュー。ヘルメスアベニューどこ？どこ？本当に文字が小さくて読めないんだよな。どこ？バザー街道、ヘルメスアベニュー。ヘルメス。バザー街道、ヘルメスアベニュー。目が疲れるんだ。ちょっと待って、日記。バザー街道がこの横線だから、なんだっけ？ヘルメスアベニュー。字が小さすぎて読めねえ。本当に。ヘルメス、これか？あとこことりあえず行こうか。こっからだから、びっくりマークついてるから何か売ってんのかな。
Don't miss out. Marhaba. It's a good day for a purchase. May your purchase bring you joy.
いや、それはさておき。待ってね。小説は電気羊はアンドロイドの夢を見るのかってやつが好き？ 友吉も小説読んだりすんの？俺物語シリーズだったら小説全部持ってんだけどさ、それ以外で小説読んだことないな。あ、たまに読んだりすんのか。今年の7月29日に映画化されたみたいです。ってことはもう半年ぐらい前か。まあ5ヶ月ぐらい前。ハニーレモンソーダ。一時期なんか CM でめっちゃやってた気がするけどな。あ、オレンジ文庫なのか。オレンジ文庫ってことはなんか青春系が多いイメージがあるけど。オレンジ文庫。あんまり好きくないから面白くなかったらすぐやめちゃう？本読む、小説読むこと自体があんま好きじゃないの？で、読んでて面白くねえなと思ったらやめちゃう感じか。まあ、化け物語とか物語シリーズの小説は、西尾維新さんの書き方がうまいから、どんどん次々読んでいっちゃう感じなんだよな。次が気になる、次が気になるっつって。待って、腰痛えのと、休憩入りてえな。
Oriental rugs at a good price.
Don't miss out on my unique.
ちょっと待ってよ。その前に場所だけ突き止めておきたい。ヘルメス、バザー街道はあるの知ってるけど、ヘルメスアベニューってどこよ？バザー街道でしょ？ヘルメスアベニュー。なんやろ、あんまり集中しないタイプだから没頭するレベルじゃないとダメ？まあ、ゲームと一緒か。俺もリターナルやり始めたはいいけど、セーブできないあのゲームはもう飽きたわ。没頭しようとすればできるけど、あれはさすがにセーブないってのはきちいよな。まあ、いつかまた挑戦したいとは思うけどさ。バザー街道ここでしょ？ヘルメスアベニューってどこよ？ヘルメスアベニュー？ヘルメスアベニュー先探した方がいいか。あ、これだ。バザー街道とヘルメスアベニューの、なんつったっけ？交差点にある大正宿？ヘルメスアベニューがこれでしょ？バザー街道がここだから、この辺か？待って。ここ行けばいいんじゃない？
Clothes.
あ、入れるわ。ちょっと待って。腰痛い。ちょっと待って、このタイミングでちょっと休憩入ります。少々お待ちを。行ってきます。行ってきます。 はい、お待たせいたしました。続きをプレイしていきますよ。の前に腰が痛い。よくじゃん。ただいま。ただいま、お帰りお帰り、ただいま。ともきちありがとう、サンキュー。でだ。で、中入んだっけ。え
Mr. Holmes, you came. Oh, how kind. Though now, of course, I realize it is because of my game, not the works on display.
It needn't be one or the other. Your man's disguise was easily debunked, Mr. Vogel, but I shall admit that you planted in me the seed of curiosity.
Ah, terrific! I had no doubt you'd put the pieces together. Let us call it an opening gambit before the real game begins.
So, this little game of yours, what's it about?
An enigma to solve. A locked area in the basement with no windows found brutally vandalized. I have no clue how it was possible.
伸びる伸びるストップ。私と一緒に数を数えてみよう。1、2、3、4、5で隕石ドカーン。こちら辺にパワーが溜まってきただろう。懐かしきストレッチマン。なんかどっか金が貯まったら、お金貯まったら整体とか行ってみたいんだよな、久しぶりに。体ファクトリーっていう整体があるんだけどさ、もう2、3年前に行ったっきり行ってないんだよね。腰マッサージして歪んでたら直してもらおうかな。諦めてストレッチした方が早い？まあストレッチでもさ、ちょっと解消するとはいえ、なんかプロの技で腰痛直してもらうとか、そういうのもいいんじゃないかな。で、事件について聞かせてくれ。
What about this intrusion? What happened?
Last night, I was about to leave the gallery when I heard a noise downstairs. I went to the basement, but I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. It was admittedly a rudimentary inspection. It is not uncommon to get rats down there, so seeing nothing of note, I left and locked up the building. When I returned this morning, alas, I discovered that part of the exhibition had been torched, and there was no sign of the intruder. The mystery being, of course, that all the doors to the gallery were locked exactly as I left them.
And the door to the basement is the only entrance?
Correct. Tell me you're not intrigued.
And this locked area downstairs, what exactly was it?
The under gallery. It's always shut, and I'm the only one with the key.
Ah, so this is your private collection, not part of the gallery.
Oh, no. It's an exclusive exhibition of eccentric pieces. Only a select cadre of artists, investors, and collectors are admitted. Not everyone deserves to have their eyes opened.
Well, this matter is certainly within my wheelhouse.
This intrusion troubles me. Please take a look around if you're willing. The under gallery is through the door at the end.
I will see what I see.
突き当たりのこっちか。
You sure you don't like art, Sherry?
突き当たりの階段っつったな。どこだ？こっちか。この下か。
Back home, we've got a taxidermist. He's gonna have a heart attack when he sees what I bring him.
A simplistic attempt at provocation.
サメ。これが焼けた作品？足跡。シャベル。
old and hasn't been used for a long time.
あとどこだ
The left step's length is shorter than the right. It indicates that the walker was lame. Closed with a metal bolt.
こすった後新しい磁石のクズ。新しい。
Footprints. Size 9.5.
こっから侵入したってことか。こっから侵入して足怪我してこっち行ったって感じかな。
A true artist never shows an unfinished piece.
わずかに動かされたように見える。手跡
A handprint of the thing from another world. But it looks fresh, and its coal origin ruins the effect of the extra mundane.
あとどこだカラス
Sherry, how about some company in that dreary chamber of yours?
Leave my loneliness unbroken, John.
あとは
Sodden and mold-ridden. One presumes deliberately.
これが焼け落ちた現場か
Ugh, sheer vandalism. Only an ignorant person could do such a thing.
タバコ
A Malpow butt. Coal fingerprints. I think we're looking for a man with a coal moustache. Saturn devouring his sun. Oh, grim composition.
Unflinching in its ferocity, but somehow beautiful.
ちょっと待ったもう瞑想できちゃうよ場所はどこだ違うな違うさっきの人が見回りに来たんでこっち違うな中から誰か入ってきましたでここでこの人じゃない第三者が成り代わったああ見回りに来た時ここに書かれてたのかでその後第三者だなでこっちは何かあったっけこれで確定じゃない
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the hatch bolt. He accidentally pushed a shovel to the floor. Vogel heard the noise. At the sound of his approaching footsteps, the intruder hid inside the coffin. When Vogel entered the basement, he failed to notice anything strange and left without properly checking. The intruder waited until Vogel had left the caravanserai before burning the paintings in Wilde's room. But the vandalism was a cover for the theft.
OK、 謎解き完了。で、これを証言しに行けばいいのか。あれ、どっから来たっけ？こっちか。なんか瞑想するのも慣れてきたかもな。
The pieces are not what I expected.
What do you think my collection is about?
Extravagant paintings have been left to rot in a basement. A commentary on decay and the crumbling of society, correct?
I don't know.
Well, that's absurd. Of course you know. It's your gallery.
There is no one answer, no singular truth, but many filtered through the subjective mind. That forgetting, embellishing, lying machine. Besides, what's wrong with a lie if it makes life more interesting?
What's wrong with a lie? It corrupts the ability of others to behave freely and rationally.
Men never act freely and rationally anyway. It matters not what is or isn't in the end. The only important thing is how you feel. And I simply want to feel and consume as much as I can. Don't you?
Feelings are simply one's animal ancestry trying to wrest back control of the brain. I try to avoid the distraction.
You try not to feel, even in a place like this? None of it moves you?
To be frank, I struggle to maintain even a whit of interest in art.
But Mr. Holmes, it is joy incarnate, mankind's greatest achievement.
Mankind's highest achievement above all others is objective and rational thought.
I see then why you dislike art, for it means whatever you want it to.
Or perhaps, Mr. Vogel, I was lying.
Uh-huh.
Mr. Vogel, I have confirmed that the intruder was an average-sized, flexible Malpal smoker with a limp. As it happens, the vandalism was a cover. The true intent was to steal a painting without your knowledge. The fact is, one of the pieces from the Wild Room is not in the wreckage.
What? That is extraordinary.
The intruder entered the basement through the coal chute. He used a magnet to open the latch and dislodged the shovel while doing so. That's the noise you heard yesterday. When you went downstairs to investigate, he hid in the coffin.
It seems I should have checked the space more thoroughly.
The fire was a clever attempt to hide a stolen painting, even if it didn't fool me. I found the remnants of an empty frame in the pile of ashes. The canvas had been removed. Do you know which paintings in the Wild Room may have interested a thief? Were any particularly expensive?
Those pieces belong to a well-known artist named Boniface Mercurio. They're controversial, but not of a notably high value.
This thief was familiar with the gallery, and he was sporting a limp. Do any of your clients or artists come to mind?
My, your attention to detail is remarkable, Mr. Holmes. I should introduce you to Bosch's works. Alas, I'm afraid I cannot suggest a culprit.
There's something more, is there not? I can see it in your eyes.
Indeed. There is another intriguing angle. I recently received an anonymous offer for one of Mercurio's works. The sum was more than fair, and indeed could have saved Mercurio from his artistic poverty. But he declined it.
Was it a performative whim? Some artists lionize pain and hardship as if their work would be worse after a meal and a hot bath.
I cannot tell. But not only did he refuse the deal, he insisted on displaying the painting in the public space. I was hoping to change his mind, but artists are a special breed of stubborn.
What was depicted in the piece?
A bound woman, wrapped in robes, being penetrated by a red devil that stared at us, the viewer. The beast had numerous tails growing from his back, and a large crowd gathered around the pair, silently watching the orgiastic scene.
Okay, well, given the nature of the other works on display, it's hard to see why that one stood out. What could possibly be its value?
The evaluation of art is very subjective, Mr. Holmes. After all, art is everything. A poem, a bruise, the beads of sweat on your beloved skin. Even a masterfully solved crime.
I'm not sure I see the connection.
Regardless, the painting was one of a series called The Sabbath Night in Cordona. The works depict sex, violence, and other controversial acts that life, for better or worse, contains.
Ah, I see.
I'm not sure that you do, but that can wait for another time.
So where can I find Boniface Mercurio?
I know he lives somewhere in Old City, but couldn't be more specific. He's a prominent figure, so finding him shouldn't be a problem.
Well, I believe I have enough to begin. Thank you, Mr. Vogel. Your gallery certainly has unexpected depths.
I'm delighted to have been able to please a friend. In return, I expect you to come back with good news. Or at least with a good story.
ああ、重要な証拠。これはまた図書館か市役所で調べればいいのか。OK、とりあえずここ出て。調べ物ってどこでするんだったっけな。こっちじゃねえな。市場でもない。観測地点。市役所どこだっけ。これか。市役所。市役所どこだっけ。
A contest for the guests of Cordona. Find hidden treasure.
こっちか。んで
Have you found anything helpful?
どこの部屋だったっけ。ここか。話題。登録。地区旧市街地。高名な人物。登録。一致しない。これも時間かかりそうだし、時間が時間だからこの辺で終わりにしようかな、今回は。次回これの続きからにするか。よいしょ。まああと1時間ぐらいでね、年も越すし、まあ年越したからといってまあなんもないんだけどまあいつも通りの日々を過ごすだけなんだけどさ、まあ今回はこれぐらいにしておこうかな。はい、ということで次回はこのマーキュリオの住所を探すところからだな。てなわけで最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。最後までご視聴いただきありがとうございました。次回のゲームワークもお楽しみに。そして良いお年を。そんじゃまたね。 年明けまでしないんやいや、さすがに、まあ、年明け、どうしようかな。このまま3時間、4時間フル、まあ、乾燥するのもありだけどさ、最近この時間帯眠いのよ。すると思ってたのに、また明日の昼か夜にやるよ。また明けおめ枠としてやるよ。最近この時間帯眠いし、ここ4、5日ぐらいはあれなんだよね。親知らず抜いたりして歯がしびれてたり、ちょっと口が開きづらかったり、滑舌が悪かったから4、5日間ぐらいやってなかったんだけど、久しぶりにやって、まあこれからもほぼ毎日配信やっていけたらなと。2022年の目標は毎日配信をする。毎日配信するです。でも年明けまでは頑張って起きようぜ。まあね。年越す瞬間までは起きてたい。まあ、その気持ちはある。はい。ということで、終わりにしたいと思います。はい。ご視聴いただきありがとうございました。来年もゲームワークをほぼ毎日やっていきたいと思いますので、お楽しみに。それでは、良いお年を。またね。お疲れ。良いお年を。ともきちも1年間ありがとうね。また来年もよろしく。しくよろです。良いお年を。他の方々もありがとうございました。良いお年を。